Good afternoon and welcome to the Xavier University of Louisiana Convocation Center. My name is Zora Thomas and I'm going to be your play-by-play commentator for this afternoon as we get ready to kick off our homecoming game as the Xavier Gold Nuggets get ready to play the Lady Ambassadors from the College of Biblical Studies. College of Biblical Studies, they are coming out of Houston, Texas as they play here on Xavier's home court, getting ready to kick off this special homecoming game as we're going to be honoring later during the halftime show the inductees of the 2023 XULA Athletics Hall of Fame. As we're coming into this game, the Ladies Ambassadors is coming in with a record of 0-2 as Xavier coming in with a record of 1-0 as they defeated Dillard, our crosstown rivals, 52-37 on October 28th, Saturday when they played them at Dent Hall. Getting very excited, homecoming season, having a lot of events kicking off. Have the Xavier cheerleaders on the sideline as well, getting ready to cheer on these Lady Gold Nuggets. Your referees for the women's game are going to be Ruben McDowell, Christopher Reed, and Chanda Cordova. We have more basketball in 1 minute as we're getting ready to come back as we kick off the national anthem. It's going to be sung by our gospel choir. In less than 50 seconds, stay tuned. As the clock winds down to 0, the Gold Nuggets are excited to kick off this game. As we have all three refs at the half court getting ready to kick off this game. Xavier cheerleaders are now coming onto the court before we have the national anthem be sung. Here comes our choir setting up in the middle of the court as they get ready to sing. We also have our Xavier Starlets, the Golden Starlets, getting ready to come in with our band, who was also performing outside earlier. Sierra Hedquist of the Gold Nuggets is also a part of the choir. She scored 8 points against Dillard, playing against them as she's now singing in the choir before we start the game. Thank you to our gospel choir for performing our national anthem. Followed by Lift Every Voice and Sing. Now as we kick off our matchup against the College of Biblical Studies. The starting lineup for this matchup for the College of Biblical Studies is number 5, Alyssa Lowe. Coming up next is number 10, Faith Hawkins. Number 22 is Desiree Fields. Number 24, Victoria Henson. And last but not least, Nalea Carano. Your head coach for this afternoon for the College of Biblical Studies is going to be Patty Lucky. Now for your starting lineup for the Xavier Gold Nuggets, coming in number 3, Julia Laffard, the guard. 5'11" Fard, the senior from Paulina, Louisiana. Coming in from Biloxi, Mississippi, Shyla McGee, senior, 5'8". Number 21, Jordan Manning, is going to be your graduate player that you have, is coming in at 5'9" from Canton, Mississippi. And last but not least, Taylor DeWitt, number 24, coming from Mansfield, Louisiana. Coming in with Patricia Sosa as your starting 5 for both the College of Biblical Studies and the Xavier Gold Nuggets. Coach Bo Browder is your head coach. And your assistant coach is Whitney Kelly. And our graduate assistant coach is also Kaylin Banks. You hear that drumming? Now it's time for our band to come in with the XU Golden Starlets. Here come the Starlets as they now fill the stands. Our Xavier dance team. With the tip-off, Julia Lafargue is getting the ball. Pass back to Lafargue. Going to the paint with the layup and the foul called. 2 shots as she goes to the line to open up this game. Lafargue now getting 2 shots. Off the rim on the first one. Made her second shot, clocking the first point of the game for the Gold Nuggets. As Henson is now coming down the court. Lafargue now playing defense. Henson trying to get open. Tipped off. Patricia pass it to Lafargue. Lafargue now running around. Pass over to McGee. Passing it over to DeWitt in the corner. Running down. Pull-out jumper. Off the rim. Sosa able to pick up the rebound. Off the hands. College of Biblical Studies for Gold Nuggets ball. Lafargue inbounding the ball to Manning. Back over to McGee. Off the rim. Sosa able to pick it back up. And in. Xavier trying to play defense. Sosa able to get called on the foul. Is Desiree Fields going up for the shot. She gets 2 shots. Off the rim. Xavier's cheer team trying to apply pressure. She missed both her shots. Biblical Studies still able to get the rebound, trying to put it back up. It's McGee now running down the court. Passing it over. Back to Lafargue. Going to the corner. Back to Lafargue. Back over to DeWitt. Called on the foul. Foul called on Desiree Fields. First foul of the game. McGee trying to find someone to inbound. Now it's McGee finding someone to inbound to. Going back to Lafargue. She goes deep. Trying to go inside. Pass over the hands. Number 24, Taylor DeWitt. Ball for College of Biblical Studies. Henson now coming down the court. Sosa trying to cover on defense. Travel called on Fields. Trying to get past Sosa. Farg taking it down, passing it over to Manning. Back over to McGee. Going inside. Pushing it up and one. For Taylor DeWitt. She now goes to the line. Xavier's up 5-0. Faith Hawkins gets called on the foul. There's DeWitt. Makes it. Making Xavier up 6-0. Lafargue trying to stay on Henson. Call by screen. Sosa passing it back over. Henson not able to find anybody. Almost picked off on the steal. Pushing. Foul called. Jordan Manning makes 2 fouls for Xavier to Biblical Studies 3. Sosa able to tip it away as Lafargue goes down. Passing it over. Passing it out to Lafargue, who tries to take the 3 and makes it. Not watching, pass it over, turnover. Taylor DeWitt is taking it down. Stops, has to pivot. Going outside to Jordan Manning, who goes inside to Sosa. Turned over to Sosa trying to get it back. Passing it to McGee. She gets it up and in. Another 2 points. Another 2 points for Xavier. They're now up 11-0. College stolen by Lafargue, passing it over to McGee, who goes back to Manning. Misses the layup. Sosa rebounding and trying to get it back in. Gets it up and in. Xavier up 13-0 as College of Biblical Studies takes a timeout. Xavier playing very well to open up this first quarter, the first half. Biblical Studies inbounds the ball. They come out of their timeout, trying to make adjustments so they can get some points on the board. Xavier being very aggressive on defense. Biblical Studies not even able to get past three-point line yet. At the steal, Jalea Lafargue with the layup and in. College of Biblical Studies trying to get down the court. Going inbound, chasing it over. Still Golden Nuggets ball. Subbing in for Xavier's number 5, Tater. Sosa trying to put the ball back in, makes the layup, puts it back, making Xavier, the Golden Nuggets up 17-0. Henson passes it to McGee. Going up and in. It's the Gold Nuggets able to put it up. Shutting out Biblical Studies in this first period. Score now 19-0. Xavier just dominating, not even letting Biblical Studies put up the ball. Another steal. Layup and in with ease. Lafargue coming in. Xavier now getting ready to make about 4 substitutions. Pass over to Carreno. Coming up to number 22, Fields, trying to lay it in, not able to get it. Off the hands of the Gold Nuggets as it goes back to Biblical Studies. 4 substitutions being made. Number 33, Sierra Hedquist. Number 4, Maya Johnson. Zaria Harlow and Mary Wilkins coming in. Xavier playing tight defense. Tries to get the shot off, airballs it. Touched out of bounds. Number 4, Maya Johnson now coming down. Trying to lay it up and gets it. Xavier up 23-0. Passed over. Biblical Studies trying to get the cross. Screen. Foul called on Xavier, number 4. Johnson gets the call. Biblical Studies passing it in. Calling turnover as she stepped out. Xavier gets the ball back. Johnson inbounding the ball. Oh, Sierra Hedquist inbounding it to Johnson. Hedquist getting the ball. Passing it over to Wilkins. Wilkins trying to cross. Passing it back to Johnson. Johnson getting around. Off the foot. Called a travel. Off balance. Ball turns over to Biblical Studies. Inbounded to number 3, Mia Galindo. Galindo having a pivot. Passing it to Lowe. Tries to go up, call it on the foul. Zaria Harlow. Alyssa Lowe now about to shoot 2 to hopefully get some points on the board for Biblical Studies. Makes her first shot. Score now 23-1. Makes both of her shots, making it 2-0. 2 for 2. Johnson coming down. Passing it to Hedquist. Pass over, layup, and in. Zaria Harlow gets her points on the board. Number 3, Galindo trying to come down. Passing it over to Fields. Misses. Now brought down with the court by Tater. Passing it over. Contested. Going back to Biblical Studies ball. Victoria Henson now coming back into the game. Johnson playing defense, able to poke at the ball. Passing it over to Hawkins, back over to Henson. Stolen. Hedquist goes down, passing it to Wilkins, who goes up and in. Xavier up by 25, scores 27-2. Stolt fighting for the ball, scrambling, diving to the floor as Johnson gets back up as she steals it. Passing it over to the side, up for 3, off the rim. Biblical Studies able to get the rebound. Going inside, Johnson able to get it back. Johnson going down. Tries to go off the one hand. Wilkins with the rebound. Cross with the 2. Able to make it. 30 seconds to go. As Xavier is now leading by 27 points. Tater was able to get the shot down for Xavier. Losing the ball. Able to get another steal, but Biblical Studies steals it back. Putting the ball up. Getting the rebound. Going down. Pass it to Wilkins. Goes in for another easy 2 points. As it ends, Xavier now leading by 29 points. The score 31-2. Inbounding in, Biblical Studies passes the ball off. Henson passing it over to Hawkins. Back to Henson. She loses track of the ball. Johnson passing it over to Wilkins as she goes up, puts another 2. Xavier on defense, ready and waiting. Lowe not able to find anything as Hedquist gets another steal. Johnson getting the ball, passing it down the court. Wilkins able to chase it down, back in. Hedquist for 2 and makes it. Henson trying to come back down the court. Open, not able to get it down. Xavier gets another rebound. Back over, able to weave through, turns it over to Lowe. Pass over to number 32, Carreno. Trying to get around Xavier's defense. Trying to throw the ball up. Xavier is able to get the rebound from Johnson. Passing it down the court to Harlow, who goes up, misses. There's a foul called on number 24, Victoria Henson. Her foul. As Harlow's getting ready to take the shot. 3 subs in for College of Biblical Studies. First shot made and in. One of 2. 2 for 2. There's another substitution for Xavier is made. As Harlow goes to the bench. Another turnover. LaFar going to Sosa, trying to get up, called on a travel. Bringing it back down the court is number 3, Galindo. Tipped away, poked at it, falling to the floor as LaFargue is able to get it. Passing it over, laid it up, and in. Manning, another 2 points for Xavier. Now up by 37, scored 39-2. Carreno trying to get around LaFargue. Passing it over. Comes off the hands of the Gold Nuggets. Biblical Studies gets to inbound the ball. Passed in to number 22, Fields. Puts it up. Not able to make it. Sosa ends up getting the rebound for Xavier. LaFargue going down. Passing it over to Manning. Passes back to LaFargue, who tries to take the 3. Splash! Nothing but a net on that shot. Xavier now up by 40. 42-2. Galindo trying to take it down. LaFargue's on her. Gets called on the foul. Substitution made as Henson comes in. Biblical Studies inbounding the ball. Going right to number 22. Gets caught on the jump ball. Xavier scrambling for it. Lafargue inbounding it to Manning. Back over to Lafargue. She comes down the court. Back over to Manning. Pass over, going to Sosa, who's inside. Hooks it. And in. Henson now coming down. Xavier been extremely tight on their defense today. Coming down. Manning lays it up. Sosa picks it back up off the rebound, gets it again, and one for Patricia Sosa. Rebounding it off the hands of Biblical Studies as the Gold Nuggets get it back. Xavier leading by 44, score 46-2. It's in the middle of the second quarter. Julia Lafargue leading with 11 points. Off the foot of Biblical Studies, the Gold Nuggets get another chance as they get the ball back. Patricia Sosa-Laura is leading the team with 12 points. McGee get called on the violation. Foul called on Xavier as it Biblical Studies gets the ball. Sosa gets the turnover. Lafargue going inside to number 24. DeWitt trying to get the ball back. McGee going up. Gets caught on the foul. She goes to the line to take her shots. Charlotte McGee with her first shot. Off the rim. Gets one more. Rebounded. Puts back up for the Gold Nuggets. Bouncing and in. Xavier still being persistent, even with the strong lead. Galindo out of bounds. Another ball for Xavier. Another substitution. Kyla Cage now comes in for Sosa-Laura. Inbounded to Lafargue. Pass it over. Xavier trying to find an opening. McGee going back over. Put up and in by Taylor DeWitt. Henson passing it way too high as DeWitt tries to get the ball. Foul gets called. Scrambling to get the ball. Polidor getting her second foul. Harlow now coming into the game. Lafargue inbound did. Passed over. Harlow passing it over to McGee. Tries to take the three, gets rebounded. Fighting to get out and trying to put up some points. Biblical Studies, though, is able to get the ball. Henson again with the ball. Gold Nuggets trying to play tight defense. Henson trying to get around them. Trying to find someone who's open. Throws it up. Letting the Gold Nuggets get another easy turnover. Push over. And in. Xavier now up by 50. Score 52-2. So we're nearing the end of this second quarter. Thrown up again, another turnover. Laid in by Sigger. Playing tight defense, the Gold Nuggets. Galindo has nowhere to go. Passing it to Hawkins, pass it over to Henson. Turned over again. Almost overrunning the ball, able to stick to it. Going to McGee as she goes up. Easy lay, easy points. Xavier blowing out this team by 54 points. 56-2. It's Henson trying to get something as she throws it up, misses it. Trying to play defense on McGee. The back almost tipped away. Gold Nuggets able to get it back. Pass over, trying to hit the three. Off the rim. Xavier able to get the offensive rebound. Called a jump ball. The ball goes back. College of Biblical Studies. 2 substitutions made. Johnson and Hedquist coming back in. Crano driving, throws it up, off the rim from the corner. Galindo throws it back in, chasing it down. Off the hands, just throws it. Back to the Gold Nuggets, it turns over again. Just over the head. And missing as back to Biblical Studies. Crano coming down the court. Locked up on defense from the Gold Nuggets. Off the rim and in. Biblical Studies finally able to get another score on the board. Hedquist passing it to Johnson. Tipping it, turns it over. Miscommunication. Biblical Studies now trying to stay in. Charge called. Hedquist taking the charge. Another foul called on Alyssa Lowe. Inbounded, going to Johnson. Johnson passing it over. Crossing. Back to Hedquist. Passing to Johnson. Johnson driving. Trying to throw it up. Rolls off the rim. Tries to put it back. Xavier gets the rebound again. Going back out. Hedquist passing it over to Harlow. Goes up and in. Able to get around for the two. 45 seconds to go as Xavier leads this second quarter by 54 points. Galindo passing it over to Hawkins. Biblical Studies trying to figure something out. Caught over by Hedquist. Tight on defense as she goes up for the lay and in. Clock winding down. College of Biblical Studies trying to put something up. 6. 3, shoots the 3, airballs it. Xavier now ending this first half, leading by 56 points with the score 60-4. Your leading scorers, you have Patricia Sosa Laura has 12 points. Right behind her is Julia Lafargue with 11. Taylor DeWitt with 7. As Alyssa Lowe and Nalea Carreno both have 2 apiece, making the 4 points for College of Biblical Studies as we end this first half. More basketball to come in less than 15 minutes. With less than 5 seconds on the clock, the buzzer sounds off. Xavier now is going to bring their lineup back on as we start and kick off this second half. College of Biblical Studies trying to draw up a plan, see what else and how they can better perform in this second half against the Xavier team, but Xavier being extremely too dominant on offense, scoring, doing all the right things, getting the easy points as they're clapping, sound off, and bring their players back onto the court. In the first half, Xavier has 23 steals, being able to convert many of those as they're shooting at 64%. So 27 of 42 and 2 of 6, shooting at 33% in 3 points and 15% in free throws. College of Biblical Studies. Xavier inbounds the ball. Different lineup on the floor. Mary Wilkins gets the ball, passing it over. Yara gets open. Loses the ball as College of Biblical Studies is able to get the steal. Deflected off the hands of Xavier. Inbounded to Henson. Poked at. Xavier diving to the floor, trying to get the turnover. Turned over to Xavier. Yara Buharb passing it over to Mary Wilkins, who goes up. Misses it. Henson now going down the court. Going to the corner. Galeno misses the three. Xavier driving back down the court. It's Tater. Buharb passes it back to Tater. Driving. And one. Raina Ross. Now gets to make a free throw to make this three-point play. Xavier able to rebound, and Mary Wilkins puts it up and in. She gets it back. Able to put some points on the board for the team as they're now up by 60, with the score being 64-4 as we kick off this third quarter. Henson driving, contested by Xavier. Tater tight on defense as she passes it over to Fields, knocks it in. Able to get 6 points on the board into this third quarter. Yara Buharb laying it in. Number 5, Alyssa Lowe, passing it to Galindo. Buharb playing defense on Galindo, tries to get the steal, but it gets back into Henson's hands. Lowe trying to go up, but it's blocked by Raina Ross. She drives down the court, passing it to Mary Wilkins, who has to chase it down before she gets out of bounds. Puts up for the 2 and in. Tatiana Tater. Henson passing it over to Galindo. Buharb on defense. Galindo puts it up off the rim. Xavier gets the rebound. Buharb passing it to Mary Wilkins. Puts it up. Another 2 points for her. Xavier hitting the 70-point mark, up by 64 points. Henson open, but blocked by Wilkins. trying to cross over. Biblical Study trying to play defense in the backcourt. Passing it over. Tater airballs it. Xavier is able to get it back, get the rebound. Galindo poking at the ball. Becomes Xavier's ball. Biblical Studies gets the substitution as number 32. Nalea Carreno comes in. Passing it over to Buharb. Crosses over, trying to drive. Pass over, good pass to Wilkins, who puts it back in. Good pass, good pass. Henson trying to find a way to get past Xavier's defense. Throws it. No one was there. Seems that she was trying to get it to number 10, Faith Hawkins, as they turn it over for Xavier. Number 23 is a substitution, Gabrielle Morrison. Gabrielle Morrison coming in. Buharb now coming back down the court. Passing it to Wilkins. Trying to drive, turns it over. Henson passing it over to Lowe. Lowe passes it to Fields, who puts it up. Wilkins able to get the rebound. Passing it as he gets blocked by Carreno. Morrison trying to go up for the two. Layla Siger now subbing in for Mary Wilkins. Buharb able to find open. Takes a three off the rim. Biblical Studies able to get the rebound. Henson passing it to Lowe on defense, off the foot. Back to the Ambassadors. Number 20, Jalea Polidor now in for the Lady Ambassadors. Henson trying to call something. It's low. Almost got Xavier almost able to get the ball. Tight defense. Xavier's ball. Violation called. Siger inbounding the ball. Xavier up by 66 points. The score 72-6. Buharb passing it over. Gets brought in by Morrison. Tipped away as it becomes Xavier's ball. Buharb trying to find someone open. Passing it back over. Driving. And one. Xavier able to put up the points. Raina Ross fighting to put the ball up and in. Sub coming in for Xavier. Kennedy Vines, the freshman from Mobile, Alabama. Raina Ross now shooting. Able to get her own rebound. Put up and in. As the freshman comes in, taking the three and gets it. Vines trying to get Henson on defense. Playing aggressive, trying to get there, double teaming, able to get the... Number 22, Desiree Fields, coming back in, subbing for Victoria Henson. It's Yara Buharb now is about to inbound the ball. Passing it to Vines, who takes it down the court. Xavier up by 71 points. Vines crossing, Loa up, passing it over before getting tipped off by the Ambassadors back to the Gold Nuggets. Buharb passing it in, takes for three, and in. Gabrielle Morrison with the three. Carreno passing it over to Polidor. A foul gets called. Xavier scrambles for the ball. Score now 80-6. Gold Nuggets absolutely dominating this game. Passed in, number 20, Polidor. Vines playing defense, poking at the ball. Gets called on a foul. Inbounded to Fields. Ball given back to the Ambassadors. Inbounded, Polidor. Poked away. Xavier driving down as Vine goes up and gets called for the travel. She tries to lay it in. Vines trying to stay tight on defense. Almost getting double teamed. Tries to gets caught on a foul. Number 22, Layla Siger. As Faith Hawkins is able to go to the line and shoot for two. Her second foul. And in. 1 for 2. Two for 2. Xavier up by 70. Vines passing it over to Ross. Pushes it up. Desiree Fields get called on the foul. Ross puts it up. Makes the first. Rebounded. Shooting for three. Off the rim. The Ambassador's able to get it back as Lowe puts it up. Xavier getting the rebound. Ross driving down. Passing it over to the corner for three. And in. Layla Siger with another three for Xavier. The Ambassadors driving, trying to put it up. Morrison gets caught on the foul as Carreno goes to the line to shoot. First point made. First of the free throws made for Carreno. Second made. 2 for 2 for Carreno at the line. Yara Buharb trying to get the Nuggets together. She passed over. Morrison for three. Bounces high off the rim. Ross tries to get it back. Spinning. The Ambassadors get the ball back. Inbounded. Nalea Carreno. Stolen. Put up. Turned over. Trying to play double team in the backcourt. Travel called. The Lady Ambassadors. Xavier gets the ball back. A minute and 17 seconds to go in this third quarter. Ross passing it to Buharb. Buharb trying to cross up. Going down. Loses it. Passes back out to the corner. Puts it up off the rim. The Ambassadors getting the rebound. Passing it over to Lowe. She triple teamed. Puts it up. Ross going down, trying to throws the ball up. Draws the foul. Ross shoots the first one off the rim. Shooting her second. And in. Score now 85-10. Faith Hawkins taking it down the court. Passing it over to Galindo. Trying to cross Xavier's defenses. Passed over to 22, Desiree Fields. Gets called on the foul by Xavier. Layla Siger getting her third foul. The refs discussing. As Lady Ambassadors are getting ready to inbound the ball. 22 seconds to go before we go into the fourth and final quarter. Xavier is leading by 75 points. The score is 85-10. Looking to go 2-0 so far this season. tech called on Xavier. The Ambassadors get to shoot. Fields making the first, missing the second. The referee is still trying to figure out. Number 10, Faith Hawkins, also getting to shoot. Or not. The refs now discussing their calls. We'll be back in a moment. And we got it figured out. So the College of Biblical Studies is going to inbound the ball. Inbounded, number 22. Hooks it up and misses. Passing it over to Vines. She's looking to cross up Henson. Spins around her. Puts it up off the backboard. Becomes the Lady Ambassadors' ball. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score 85-11. Xavier shooting at 60% with 37 of 61. 35.7% for their three-point field goals. And 42.7% when it comes to their free throws. College of Biblical Studies is shooting at 10% in their field goals, 0% at the three-point line, and 70% with their free throws. We kick off the fourth and final quarter. Lady Ambassadors inbound it. Henson trying to find someone open. Xavier playing tight defense. Get the steal. Charging down the court. Misses the layup. The Lady Ambassadors get the ball back. Knocked away. Xavier gets the ball back. Raina Ross now charging down the court. Going to the corner. Pass back out to Vines. Going to Siger. Passes it to Vines. Trying to get around low. Shoots for 3 off the backboard. Henson passing it over to Carreno. Tries to shoot off the rim. Raina Ross with the rebound. Vines goes back to Raina Ross. Passing it over to Williams. Getting double teamed. Takes the shoot. Misses. Ambassador's able to get the rebound. Biblical Studies now with 13. Vines. Passing it over. Turns it over to the Lady Ambassadors. Kyla Cage now subbing in for Xavier. Henson. Watch on defense. Hawkins. Trying to push it down. Xavier chases down the Gold Nuggets. Ambassador's able to get it back. Triple teamed. Clock runs down. The shot clock violation. Turns over to Xavier. Vines. Crossed. Shooting back. Gets blocked and gets caught on the foul. Toria Henson. Taking it to the sideline. Kennedy Vines. Passing it to the corner. It takes a 3. Gabrielle Morrison, the sophomore from Tampa Bay, Florida, with another 3. Puts it up and in is Desiree Fields. Makes the shot. Kennedy Vines. Passing it over. Shoots up for 3. Off the rim as the Ambassadors are able to get the rebound. Xavier trying to be tight on defense, trying to get the turnover. Puts it up. Just misses it. It becomes Xavier's ball again. Lady Ambassadors have 37 turnovers in this game. Xavier diving to get the ball back. Gets turned over, back to the Ambassadors. Trying to get past Xavier's defense. Foul gets called on Xavier. Number 22, Layla Siger. College of Biblical Studies getting the ball. Desiree Fields missing her shot. Xavier going down the court. Gets the foul called. Is Layla Siger now able to go to the line to shoot for 2? Galindo now coming in for the Lady Ambassadors. Off the rim. Missing the first shot. Makes the second. College of Biblical Studies inbounding the ball. Victoria Henson. Passing it over to Galindo. Fields trying to put the ball up. Xavier now coming back down the court. Going back over, shoots up, gets blocked. Off of Xavier as it goes back to the College of Biblical Studies. Henson passing it over to Hawkins, who passes it out to Galindo, who takes a shot and makes it. Three-pointer for Galindo. Yara Buharb come down the court. Hooks it around, but turns it over to Lady Ambassadors. Galindo now able to keep the ball. Crosses it over. Pass it back to Hawkins, who puts it up for 2. Misses it. Driving down, gets blocked by number 32, Nalea Carreno. Xavier gets the ball as they inbound it. Try to find someone. Turns it over to Lady Ambassadors. Galindo able to get the ball. Xavier knocks it away. Getting the ball back to Biblical Studies. Substitution for Xavier. It's number 13, Melody Onyemaki, comes in. Passing over. Lady Ambassadors not able to get the lay-in. Buhar passing it back out to Xavier. Xavier trying to get the steal as it goes back to Buhar. Passes it over. Going back. She steps on the end line. Going back to the College of Biblical Studies. Shalala Polidor now coming in for the College of Biblical Studies. Victoria Henson trying to cross up Xavier's defense. Gets caught on the foul. Jada Williams gets the foul called on her. Another foul called. Xavier fighting to get the ball. Oyamachi getting her another foul. Ambassadors puts it up off the rim. Able to get the rebound. Goes around Xavier. Able to put it up and in. Desiree Fields. Score now 89-20. Yara Buhar passing it over. Xavier driving. Going back out to the corner. Siger puts it up and in. Spins around. Gets it up and in. Desiree Fields. Shoots it over. Turning it over. For Lady Ambassadors. Two minutes to go as Xavier is going to close out this game with a win. Xavier still playing tight defense, not letting up. Shot off as it hits the rim. Able to get the rebound. Jump ball gets called, and Xavier gets the ball back. Got Buhar taking the ball down the court for Xavier. Williams taking the ball, going back out. Siger shooting for three and makes it. About a minute to go. College of Biblical Studies taking their time out. Both teams going to their huddle. Xavier 6 points away from breaking 100. Up by 72 points in this fourth and final quarter. Xavier's still shooting highly, over 50%, shooting at 56.3%. And 36% when it comes to their three-point shooting. And shooting at 43% when it comes to their 7 of 16 free throws. Both teams are almost matched up in fouling. Xavier having 15 fouls. College of Biblical Studies also having 14. But Xavier's been able to convert a lot more. Able to take these opportunities to score for their team. Having 29 steals, 22 defensive rebounds, 20 offensive rebounds. Making a total of 42 rebounds this game. And having 60 points off of turnovers. Galindo trying to get past Xavier, crossing. Travel violation. Galindo tries to get around Xavier's defenders. Yara Buhar passing it over to Williams. Turns it over to Lowe. Galindo gets the ball running down the court. Foul gets called on Xavier. Trying to get the ball back. Crano. Inbounding to Henson. Williams playing tight defense on Henson. Clock winding down with 32 seconds to go. Scrambling to get the ball. Backcourt violation. Xavier gets the ball, 27 seconds to go. Buhar inbounding to Siger. Buhar getting the ball back, letting the clock run down. And that would be the end of this game. 3, 2, 1. Xavier taking the game 94-22 on their home court for homecoming. Undeniable win. They battle against the College of Biblical Studies to open up this homecoming game. Your leaders for this game, Desiree Fields for the College of Biblical Studies will have 11 points. Leah Carreno would have 4, followed by Mia Galindo, who would have 3 points. For your leading scorers for the Xavier Gold Nuggets, Mary Wilkins will have 12 points as she shot 6 for 7 and had 5 rebounds. Patricia Sosa-Laura would also have 12, followed by Jalea Lafargue, who had 11 points, shooting 4 for 4. Gabrielle Morrison, who had 9 points. Besides 4 players, all Xavier Gold Nuggets were able to get points on the board for the team. Thank you for watching as we get ready to kick off our second game of the day, as our Xavier men's Gold Rush is getting ready to also play against the Ambassadors, the men of College of Biblical Studies. We'll be back with more basketball soon. Stay tuned.